Welcome everyone to the 2019 100% All Keys Tournament. Round 3 race between Reidood and MegMacAttack. We are about to get underway here as both runners have readied up. Cutting the runners loose right now. Alright, let's go ahead and get underway here. I'll do a little bit of syncing up as soon as I know what we're looking at here. Alright. Both runners are off to Magic Cave. Looks like I have them synced up properly. We are now synced up with the timer. Meg having a little trouble with the Roombas here. Meg deciding to just reset. That is not a bad choice this early in the run. Magic Cave is rough. Reidood does not get a P-Bag. So we'll see what he does here. Meg is now going back to Magic Cave. Give it another shot. Reidood is just going to go straight in. Thank you, Dog Guy. Oh, and Meg gets rewarded with the reset by getting the Magic Cave bag. So we'll see how that happens to work out for her on this run. Reidood about to get the bubble skip. Yep, Reidood hits bubble skip. Meg is doing late shield as well, so no route deviation there. Finally get to call one of Reidood's races. So Meg's getting to bubble skip. Reidood's gonna head through probably the worst thing in the game, the bubble bath pit. For where it is in the game, I'm kind of glad it's early. Hey Raph, how you doing? Lumber up indeed. And here before too long, we're gonna get a giant raid from ZSR, which is gonna be pretty fun. Let me know if my bong-hitting air conditioner is making too much noise. I can turn it off. It won't kill me tonight. It's kind of cool, actually. Meg taking care of the Greer. Ray getting into P1. Lumber up, no banana. Meg wisely taking time on the bubble screen. The only important thing is that you don't die or lose your beams. Well, those are the two important things. Tiamat, I live in a jungle. It's always hot here. Meg getting into P1, so let's go ahead and do my actual job and switch. I don't know if either runner will be doing pivot. Reidood probably won't. Meg, never know. Meg has done some surprising strats in the tournament, including Dark Death Mountain at one point in the tournament. That is true, Vaughn. It is very hard to die if you don't lose your beams at P1. That's no joke. Meg back at the entrance. Ray's heading up to the chewy hallway. Oh, there's a host sound. I thought I had that taken care of. J-Lo, thanks for the host. Appreciate it. Reidood getting a high hammer. Gets under it nicely. Breaks the Chewy's face. Gets on out of there. Good stuff. Alright, learning something new from Discord. My apologies. So Reidood so far is cleaning up P1 nicely. Got the danger bot there, well handled. Meg is into the Chewy hallway now. We'll see what, gets a low hammer, hops over it, and breaks the Chewy's face, grabs the key. Well done. Oh, Zelda speedruns. Rating with a party of 33. Thank you so much for the raid, I appreciate it. Welcome to the round 3 race between Reidood and MegMacAttack. They are currently in P1. Reidood has about a 20-second advantage currently. Reidood with a solid Chewy kill. About to get the candle. Reidood gets the candle at 5:17. And that is a gold candle for Reidood, folks. I like that. Meg now into the bubble room. We're gonna do a high five on the right side of the bot bridge here. Ender thinks I'm mispronouncing Reidood. Yeah, the bot's clipped Reidood, but we'll see how Brother Stalfos treats him. Does need a P-bag here. Needs 2, actually. And there's 1. So he's still in the game for attack 4. Meg picking up the candle. 6:06 it looked like. So there's actually a 50-second difference already. Reidood is on fire right now. Meg crossing over the bot bridge. Reidood's gonna go for the second bag, busts up the Chewy, takes his attack 3. Hey Bash, thanks for the good luck. I'm sure the runners appreciate it. Reidood gets the double bags out of P1 and is gonna leave with attack 4. Meg gets the bag from Brother Stalfos and is on pace. Oh no, Ray! So he takes the death to Horsehead, and I'm sure that just really made him mad. Cleanly busts up Horsehead afterward. Meg is up the Stalfos stairway. About to get to what will probably be a Chewy skip. Nope. Nope, Meg's gonna fight it. Reidood with a 7:26 P1 according to Reidood splits. It's pretty solid. And that was a gold candle, keep in mind. It's too bad though that death at Horsehead. Even with a death at Horsehead, still a 7:26 P1. That's solid. Let's see how Meg's Horsehead goes. Meg will have no problem with getting attack 4, but it looks like Meg also got double bags. But didn't take life 2 out of it. I think I would have there. For both runners, actually. I think Reidood could have gotten away with it too. They are out of P1, and guess where they're headed? One of my favorite places in the run, Death Mountain. It also makes for a good background. Yeah, they both got a double bag. Like, I think that's the first time I've seen that happen in the tournament. Between the two of them, the only bag that hasn't been gotten so far was Reidood's Magic Cave bag. Like, Meg got that bag too. So, Meg is playing 100% all bags until a red shard drops. Welcome everyone from ZSR, thank you for the raid. I'm a better restreamer than a commentator, but if anybody wants to help me out here, you know, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. Reidood getting his shoes. He's about to head on to Jump Cave. Meg hot on his heels, about to get to Jump Town. And in these walk left sections, this is where most of us take a drink. I mean, if somebody wants to take over comms for me so I can not talk. I always feel like I sound like a moron when I'm sitting here babbling about the game, because I never have any co-commentators or anything like that. It's always just me doing it by myself. Reidood with a solid kill on the Urea. He is fresh into Jump Cave, looking to do some damage. Meg gets her shoes, ready to jump very high. Well, I mean, if you jump into comms, I'll probably leave comms because I want to get out of here. I'm afraid of comms. I'm a restreamer. But if you want to co-comm with me, I'll stay. I'm not very good. Kind of a dumbass. But yeah, if you want to jump in, feel free to jump in. Reidood has a perfect Bagoo walk, and he's got to be feeling pretty good right now. Even with that horse head, we'll call it a blunder, even with the horse head blunder, he's still in fine shape. There's really... all he has to do is grab the Grave Life, and he will have recovered that. Yeah, we all know Bagoo, right? I hear something.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you see, here's the fun part about having the broadcast booth open. See, right now, Ender can't hear me in Discord, but you guys can hear me and you can hear Ender. What's up, Ender? What's up, Ender? How you doing?
Okay, that's a lot less weird.
It's an interesting setup, that trying to do this way.
Okay, so Reidood's getting the spell here, right?
Yeah, we're picking up life spell.
Life spell one of the most... oh, and MegMac actually skipped the one up there. She got an encounter on that tile.
Yeah, Meg takes the fairy tile to the extra life and through, and that's an interesting way to do it.
Reidood progressing through town to Death Mountain here, which Schmidtty said he liked. I also enjoy too. I think as a kid I was troubled by how tough the combat was, but once you learn how to deal with the Dairas, it's not so bad. Meg talking to Bagoo here and going across the bridge to Lifetown.
Alright, I think I got this set up in a way that I can actually do this. I have Discord on push to talk, so it has to be like active in the open window.
Okay. Ray entering Death Mountain here as Meg goes into Lifetown. Oh, Ray taking a hit there on the goblin, but Meg has to do the little task in this town. Go find the mirror under the table, give it to the woman who lost her mirror, so you get the life spell.
PC Bootsy, yes we do. You have to get all magic containers, all heart containers, all techniques, all spells, and all items, which includes the Bagoo's Note, the water for the fire spell, the mirror for the life spell, etc.
You do not have to get all 1-ups.
Yeah, thank goodness we don't have to do that. The swamp 1-up in the Kasuto dumpster is just a nightmare to get.
Well, and a couple of them are just out of the way, like the P6 one's out of the way, and in races you occasionally see people grab the one in the GP, but it's kind of out of the way. I've grabbed it before, but I'm kind of a really low-level runner.
Oh, you do what you gotta do to survive in GP.
Yeah, So we're making short work of that red Dyra there, who gave me a lot of trouble when I was younger, as Meg crosses the bridge. So she's behind a little bit. Now this is a fun room right here. Ray got that perfectly. Oh, and then he took a hit to the Dyra. Always like when you get both those bats with the beams. As Meg enters Death Mountain here, dealing with some bots.
Ray's Death Mountain so far has been really solid.
Hey, he's good. He hasn't taken many hits.
And according to his... Oh, go ahead.
I think what I struggle the most with is the red Dyras, because although they're not too bad, they just occasionally throw that fast axe or that double axe and they get you.
Yeah, and when you eventually get to double hitting, they'll start doing what I call bitch slapping you, where they don't hit you with the axe, but they kind of catch you with their hand. It's really irritating.
For sure, any enemy that has some RNG, and the red Dyras certainly have that.
Especially with attack 3, you kind of gotta neutrally float into their hitbox a little bit to double hit them like that. And sometimes they just swing their hand out and the axe goes behind you, but their hand hits you right in the face.
Honestly, attack 3 screws me up the most just because I'm so used to the number of hits I have to do. I keep forgetting to kill enemies because I don't take enough swings.
Yeah, that comes in time too.
Yeah, you just have to practice it more. So Reidood coming up on the hammer here. We'll look at his time as he grabs it. So that's a 1611 hammer for Ray.
That's pretty decent late shield hammer time. 1611 is pretty solid.
Oh yeah, he's doing well. I think the big mistake so far is the death to Horsehead, right?
Yeah, that was the only real thing.
Otherwise, he's just taking some bops, but... So now Meg coming through Death Mountain here.
I think we'll probably see Reidood take the Grave Life and not take a Death Abuse in Medicine Cave just to even himself out.
No, I think you're right. I mean, in a race, like, you got to be conservative, so you take those 1-ups and you skip the Death Abuses.
Meg goes back to that red jar.
Oh, I like that. Ray got that swag kill on that ache.
Nice.
When they come down the right way, so you get them with the beam. If they go the other way, you miss.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter, but it's fun. It's fun killing things with beams.
Yeah, it is. There are just sadly not enough safe opportunities to do it. Except for VOD. Like, once you're good at VOD, that's like Beam's paradise.
Oh yeah, a few weeks ago I was at my friend's house, then he wanted me to show him some of the tricks on Zelda 2, and I played through some of the Medicine Cave, just beaming those bonefish, and that really impressed them because they're not speedrunners. But so Meg coming up on the hammer here. We had 1611 for Ray, so
Meg drawing out the red Dyra a little bit to make it easier, not soft lock.
Yeah, I don't know that I think I've seen a soft lock on that screen once, but it's yeah.
I've done it twice. I've seen Reidood do it once. It's a bad place to take a level up right there, and it does happen sometimes.
Yeah, more commonly I have seen people just not soft lock, but they just leave the screen too quickly, and then the red Dyra comes back.
Yeah.
Okay, so Meg's hammer time is 18:25, so that's what, 2 minutes and 14 seconds behind?
Yeah, Ray has been playing very well. Not really having any issues with anything so far, except for that death to Horsehead.
Yeah, so 2 and 14 ahead, and he did grab that 1-up as you said he would there.
Yeah, and he probably won't take a Death Abuse in Medicine Cave. He'll just stay evened out.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Oh, that fairy.
I'm always interested.
Oh, that
Sorry,
fairy spawn. That fairy spawn. Oh, that scared me.
Yeah, so we managed to have a decent walk there into the Medicine Cave.
Oh, carrots ruin everything. Fairy pops on walks, it's just, your heart drops. God, what are you gonna do?
Well, just encounters just ruin this run in so many ways, right? Because an encounter is like maybe 10, 12 seconds, right? 11 or 12 seconds.
It's 8 seconds if you can get off the screen without stopping in most cases. Some longer encounters are like 10 to 12, yeah.
Yeah. So it's, and there's a lot of them in this run that you're trying to avoid. I think I counted once, and there's something like 40 depending on your route. And you're trying to skip like 40 encounters, but that's potentially a lot of wasted time if you get a lot of them, right?
Oh yeah, like in my PB, my swamp walk to P2 has like 4 encounters in it. I took like the worst possible walk. There's a 30-second time save there waiting for me.
Oh yeah. I forget how many encounters are in Simple's PB, but there's not many.
Oh no, he doesn't get blocked either. That guy's incredible.
Dude, he's really good at slinking encounters. Meg crossing the bridge here and Ray taking the ferry. So we'll see if he gets the Happy New Year spawn or not.
Oh, he does. Ah, go Ray.
Yeah, that's tell my friends that's the one place where you really don't have a chance to dodge it if you don't get a back spawn because you're between those two mountains. So
Yeah,
Meg picking up the one up there as well. Which is it's a good safe racetrack because it's not too far out of the way there. Gives you a good buffer. I mean, I would probably be getting it too if I was running here.
Yeah, it's a safe option for sure. It only costs like 4 or 5 seconds. Well, no, it's a little more than that. It's like 8 or it's like 1 encounter basically going down there to get that.
Yeah, that's right. So now Ray getting my favorite stab in the game, the down stab.
And he's now in the post-down stab part of the game where Link learned a little bit of common sense from that guy, finally.
Yeah, it's Meg's going through the medicine cave here. Yeah, the down stab just makes everything so easy. It makes so many enemies easy to kill. It makes so many other enemies just easy to skip, right? You just pogo on them and keep going.
Oh yeah, and then there's the well, it's not really a bug. It's just the down stab effect when you're over something and you start swinging your sword and it turns into like triple hits just because you have the down button pressed.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can pull off some cool looking tricks with that.
Yeah, so it really opens up the game a lot. Like Reidood will be able to skip anything he wants to now, essentially.
Yeah, so that's a noticeable sort of sequence break in all keys. I think the game really intends you to go to Palace 2 before you go to Death Mountain. But in the all keys ride, you go through Death Mountain first. You get some levels while you're there, but you get the down stab and the ferry. The down stab makes things easier, and the ferry allows you to save a lot of time when picking things up. And it also allows you to do some safe things in the bot room with the lava.
Yeah, and it can also save you when you're free falling, you know?
For sure, I think we've all done that at one point or another.
Oh, for sure. That's, you don't want to have to do it. It makes you mad when you have to do it, but you're still glad you're not dead.
Yeah, Meg coming into Fairy Town here. I don't remember the actual town's names because I'm not a rando runner, so I just call them by the name of the spell there.
I know their names. This one is Harbor Town of Mito.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Because I am a rando runner too. I learned their names by necessity.
Right, because the name is actually relevant because the spells are randomized.
Yeah, it doesn't. Raru doesn't just have the shield spell.
Let's see here. So Ray with half an encounter there on the yellow road.
Meg now getting down step. That's
Ray takes a full encounter, but so they both got attack 4, and Ray's pretty good on XP. He's up to 1400, so I don't think he's gonna have any issues here in P2.
No, not with experience. Meg is actually right there with him. They have identical EXP right now.
Yeah, and she's further back in the game, so she's going to be even further ahead on XP when she gets there.
Well, Meg has magic too. Other than that, they are like identical.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I wasn't looking at the magic. So she's going to get the fairy spell, and Ray's killing some bots.
We can pretty much expect Ray to try to keep Magic 2 for the entrance to Palace 3. I do the same thing. So he's been doing that lately. I've been seeing.
Yeah, that's right. I've seen him. I think as you progress in your skill in this game, you start taking keep lower levels basically early on, right? Because when I first started, I was doing 4-2-3 hammer, but you'll see a lot of runners do 4-2-2 or 4-1-2, right?
I'll generally do
depending
4-1-3.
on where their XP is and everything else.
Yeah, I'll generally do 4-1-3 if I get attack 4, or I'll try to get up to 4-1-2 if I get attack
Meg's
4.
going for that magic container.
Yeah, 4-1-3 is safe. The life 3
I
just keeps you
still do
alive.
4-2-3 hammer, but I'm still really casual at this game. I think simple does 4-2-2, but I might be wrong on that. I think that's what he does.
Yeah, I generally do 4-1-3 just as a rule of thumb.
Yeah, but I think it's one of the things that's interesting about this game is that, you can do that a little differently depending on how things are going. Maybe if you need the life refill, you take that extra life level and put off the magic.
Seems like I still have
And
my
in a race,
follow
you certainly have to
sound effects on.
figure out where you are and adapt to the situation because there's no resetting.
Yeah. You gotta just take what you get. You gotta keep moving. And it seems like I have my sound effects on for Streamlabs. I can't stop it. The Jam Evil, thank you for the host. We appreciate it.
Redoing the safe ferry in the bot bridge there. That's one of the easiest rooms to mess up on if you want to go through quickly, because there's a bunch of bots there that just want to knock you into the lava. So you see a lot of people just doing the ferry because it's just safe. And you have that jar refill right there. You can grab to refill your magic.
Yeah, the beam for the bot lava room that the advanced runners do, they try to have the beams for that room so they can throw the beam across where the bots are. That's actually pretty free once you learn it, but it takes a fair bit of a risk. If that bot jumps over, like, while you're in midair, you're pretty much dead.
Yeah, that's right. And it certainly requires. Oh, Ray almost getting blocked in there, but he got out.
Yeah, that was really sketchy.
Yeah, those blocks, occasionally, sometimes you get a really bad pattern and they just drop 4 right in front of you. It's bad, but he got out of that, so it's okay. Getting attack 5, which means he can go after the Moa downstairs if he wants to.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't ferry the glove, but he might be trying to save his magic just in case something goes wrong. That's fair. I ferried the glove in my last race and I kind of regretted it, so...
I think in a race you want to play it a little conservative because like ferrying the items doesn't save a ton of time, right?
It's mostly the 3-second wait while he's standing there holding it, and then like the half second it takes him to get back up to full speed. So
yeah, so like
but in
3.5 seconds.
In that room specifically, if you don't need to kill the Iron Knuckles, if you jump off the ground and you ferry, the Iron Knuckles they'll run from you. They will be programmed to back up. And
yeah,
you
that's
can
right.
Control them, and you can basically blow through that room and save 12 seconds by not having to kill anything and getting the item that way.
That's right. I've certainly seen runners do that if you're good on XP at that point. So Ray made short work of the Moa and got through those rooms easily. Now Meg's going by the flying unicorn heads that are very annoying.
Oh, Meg with the very brave, just no beam jump up onto the bot lava bridge.
I am so afraid of that. I often waste time there because it's just the lava. I've fallen into it too many times.
Yeah, I don't want to risk it. Meg probably should have gone back for that jar, but doesn't need to. There's one right there.
There's one right here, yeah. That was a nice jar grab. Now we're going down into the bottom level of P2.
Let's see if you can get this Chewy skip. Oh, almost. If he would have been able to land on the same level as the Chewy, he would have walked under it, I think.
Yeah, so Ray's totally good on XP now, right?
Oh yeah, he's great. He only needs 200, and I think he's still going to kill the orange IK in the next room just to get it out of the way.
But the orange IK is a little hard to skip, right? Because the wall's right behind it.
Yeah, it's hard to skip cleanly. I've found it. Well, Reidood does that backstep, which works. I just kill it because it's the same amount of time.
Oh, he got over it there. That's fine.
Oh, Meg got tangled up with that red IK.
Meg took quite a few hits there from the red IKs.
Reidood with a good kill.
That was a
Reidood with
clean fight from Ray on Helmet Head.
Yeah, Reidood with a solid bucket head kill. He polished
So
him up nicely.
So let's see what Ray's gem time is. I'm going to make a note here. It says 29:41 when he walked under it, anyways. We'll see what Meg's is when she gets there, but Reidood's done with Palace too.
Yeah, Reidood is up out of there. Go ahead and change the backgrounds again.
Now, Justin's right. There's a way to skip it without hitting the wall. It's very precise. And that's why I think, like, you see the high-level runners doing that a lot, but a lot of the lower-level runners, they kill it or they do a backstep or something, because it just requires more precision because of the wall there.
Yeah, I just try to kill it with, like, an attack as close to a land as I can, so I can just, my next attack kills it and I'm still at full speed. I try to lose as little as possible. Every time I try to jump over that orange IK, I either get pinned to the wall or I fall into him. You ever been choke slammed by an iron knuckle? It's not fun.
Huh.
Having a little bit of a background problem, you'll bear with me.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was confused there for a moment. I forgot Ray's doing a late shield town, so Ray got the shield spell late in the game. That gives you an easy tomb walk into P3. That's sort of a new strategy. The late shields only come around, I think, in the past several months, I think. People have really been doing it.
Yeah, it wasn't really a thing last tournament, and I didn't even really do it until my first race of this tournament. I just sort of did it randomly, for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
so let's see how this P2 walk goes. Yeah, that's a nice P2 walk. Or sorry, tomb walk into P3. So Ray's entering P3. Yeah, the shield, I still get the shield spell early because the shield spell is really, really useful when you're at a lower level because it prevents damage and is cheap to cast. But at the higher level, you can get away with casting it less often if you just don't take hits.
Yeah, once you reach a certain skill level, you'll kind of realize you don't really use magic very much anymore in the early game. It takes time, but you'll get to that point. Then the 4-2-2 strats come into play.
Yeah, so Meg had a nice kill there on Helmet Head, so let's make a note here of what her gem time is. So that's at 32:24?
Yep, 32:24.
32:24, so it was 29:41, so that's not quite 3 minutes behind. But
Yeah, Reidood has been pretty blazing. He's only 22 seconds behind his PB pace. His PB pace is pretty strong.
oh yeah, he's playing very well. So Meg got the all-important attack 6. It is very important to get attack 6 out of Palace 2.
Most definitely. There is no fate worse for a speedrunner in this game than attack 5 out of Palace.
And Ray losing a little time there to the Moa, but yeah, I don't know why he waited on the fire there, Trails. Lost a little time, just being cautious, but it's okay. And casting jump there, so these 4 block jumps are they're pretty tight window to pull off, so it's certainly a lot easier to cast jump here if you have it to make it through those.
We got Meg picking up the shield spell now.
That's right, they were both doing late shield. Yeah, that's the new thing. Late shield and late fire in the past 6 months have both become big things, right?
Yeah, the late fire is much more difficult to actually make worth it.
Yeah. Oh, and Ray in one of the rooms that I hate. This is the scary bot bridge room.
Ray wisely casting jump. I'm one of the few sick people that really never cast jump in this room ever.
Yeah, I don't usually cast jump, but I do kind of what he did there. I'll wait a few seconds, let the bot jump into the lava if it can, you know, or try to beam it or something. There's magic 3 for Ray.
Yep, he picks up his pack of hot dogs after pounding on the blue IK. He's getting out of there.
Yeah, that was clean. Meg coming up on the entrance to P3 here.
And having taken a death in Palace 1 to Horsehead, Ray has recovered very, very well.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not a tremendous time loss. I mean,
No,
certainly.
but mentally that had to have been, because Reidood's been kind of kicking himself about making mistakes in races.
Oh yeah, and to the first boss of the game to take a death.
I think that might have been the last straw. He's finally back to normal Reidood.
Yeah, he's doing clean here, making it through. I would have gone back for that jar, but I have a hard time leaving items behind. It's a carryover from playing other games. Just always want to grab things. This Meg's coming into P3 here, the Minecraft room here. So this is tricky. That's a nice dig where you got in and out there. If you don't get in and out of there quickly, those dog heads really start making your life bad. You start coming in and then it's hard to get out of there, but that was a clean Minecraft room for Ray. Oh, Meg got by the blocks without any trouble. It's not too bad, that block room, but occasionally they try to drop one on your head.
Sometimes it'll actually pin you in there, but thankfully you have the glove by now.
Yeah, it's just a time loss. And, oh yeah, now we got Ray. He's good on XP, and he's coming up on Reidood, the P3 boss, which I'm sure Ray's going to do the corner strats, and he did the cancel there, so he didn't miss level.
Yeah, he's setting up for the corner. That's pretty
good. Yeah, I think the really top level runners don't do the corner strats because it's random and they want control over it, but like right there, that was a really fast corner kill, and it's certainly safer.
Yeah, for sure. Well, also the really advanced runners, they can dismount Rebo with attack 6, like on one pass. I have no idea how they do that.
Yeah, so that's 36-46 at the P3 gem for Ray. And Meg getting through the bot room. She's very low on life. If she takes any bops in this room, that's going to be a death.
Yeah, very tense moment here for Meg.
You gotta have a clean jackhammer. It's easy to... Okay, taking the magic 3. So you can cast life, that's smart.
Good jackhammer on that IK. Well done.
Yeah. Because it's easy to... Often you'll see a runner not get... They'll be one hit short on the jackhammer because they're moving forward too fast. And then they take a bop from the blue IK. So Ray is going to cross over into Eastern Hyrule here. This Meg's going back through the bot room the other way. Ray manages to dodge those encounters, so he is not doing late fire, because as you said, that's much harder to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, I mean, late fire can save you, like, I think it's 12 seconds on level ups and such. Thank you for the follow. But the problem with the late fire is getting basically the river dance and counter skip and just getting down there without getting hit. And you have to slink 2 encounters, and slinking is pretty hard.
Yeah, slinking is, it is not an easy thing to do. So that was a good Minecraft room. I thought that Meg was going to take a hit there, but she got out of there okay.
Vaughn, according to my task, late fire saved task 12 seconds. So if you're picture perfect and you make late fire work to perfection, it can save 12 seconds over doing early fire.
Yeah, so realistically less than that.
Yeah,
because if that's what a task can save. But yeah, it's...
For me, it's like 6, and then I lose that the moment I step out of town.
Yeah, so Ray moving on to one of the parts of the game with potentially the most amount of time loss in a short period of time here. This walk back and forth before P4, potential for tons of encounters, tons of time loss here. You often see runs die here because of the sheer number of encounters.
Yeah, Green Mile.
That was a clean walk from Ray.
Yeah, you got the kid walk down. That's one. He's got two more.
Okay, now Meg went for the corner strats there, but Rebo didn't cooperate, but she still took him down cleanly after that. That was a good fight. He doesn't always cooperate in the corner. He sometimes walks out, but we'll make note here of what her time is at the gem. That's 39:54.
Pretty good.
So that means Reidood is he's 3 minutes and 8 seconds ahead there.
And Meg seems to have evened out a bit. Reidood's advantage hasn't really grown all that much since about the middle of Palace 2.
Yeah, so about 3 minutes.
Reidood hitting the dazzle walk. See if the dazzle's good to him this time.
Oh yeah, that's set up so that you get some clean encounter because it's okay. That was good. We'll see if he manages these.
You got it. You got it. That was perfect.
These coffee grinders are awful.
Oh, aren't they? And Reidood's here with life 3. I'm always here with life 4 because of those coffee grinders. I hate them.
Yeah, those enemies, I think they're actually called levers, but yeah, they hit super hard at a low life level because in the speedrun here, you're at a much lower life level than the game really intends you to be at because you've been power leveling attacks, so it makes you a lot more vulnerable.
Yeah.
Meg had a clean walk there to Firetown as Ray is setting up to do Fairy Claws, I assume.
Yeah, basically, with life 3, it's 2 hits from the levers and you're dead.
That was a nice Fairy Claws there.
Reidood's into upstab, the other half of common sense.
There's another trick you see runners go for occasionally, super jump, but it's really hard to do because it's a really tight window and it's right when you enter the screen. So Fairy Claws is a much safer and easier to pull off strat.
Yeah, for years, super jump was the way. People didn't know you could actually hold down, like if you cast Fairy while you were crouching, you could actually stick it down there. That was discovered a couple years ago, kind of changed everything.
Wasn't it Highlander who discovered Fairy Claws?
Pretty sure it was.
Yeah. Alright, so Ray getting the Reflect spell here, which of course is required to beat Karok. It also can be used against the Wizrobes, but you often don't see the speedrunners in this route killing Wizrobes.
I kind of
But
wish
also-
I was... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say, I occasionally use it because it will block the maces from the Doom Knockers.
Yeah, and fireballs from other enemies, especially in VOD. If you're getting banged around, you can cast Reflect for a bar if you have Magic 8 and block
Yeah,
fireballs and stuff.
Yeah, because it's a cheap spell when you're up at attack 8. Ray doing the sign strats there because he's trying to set up to do these skips. So he got the first one clean, so if he does the G stabs here, he'll be able to get the second one.
You got it. Very good. Very nicely done.
Yeah, as Meg ferries the child there, so she's going back here, and they will high five here, maybe somewhere in the middle.
Reidood
Ray gets the back spawn. He's having a good walk here.
Oh, clip again.
Takes one encounter in the forest there.
P-base, because Fairy Feet is technically a wrong warp, or out of bounds. What, is it out of bounds, or is it a wrong warp? Eon probably has the right answer there. It's one of the two, but it's not allowed. But Fairy Claws is just using the Fairy spell to travel.
So now, Ray walking through the maze on the P4, and Meg got a fairy. That's a helpful place to get a fairy.
I need to remember every time I click off of this Discord, you can't hear me talking even if I'm pushing the button.
It's funny, I think, when you're playing this game, when I was playing this game as a child, you always were excited to see the fairies because you're always taking damage and you wanted to refill your life, but as a speedrunner, you don't like seeing those fairies because they move much more randomly than the other encounters, so they're harder to avoid, and it's just a time loss.
Oh,
But
yeah.
in a race, occasionally they are a welcome life refill.
Oh, definitely. A fairy encounter isn't the worst thing if you have to take it, but they are so
Right, 'cause
random
it's-
that they sketch you out when you're trying to do a walk, so you have no idea what they're going to do.
Right, because they're only, I mean, they don't count for as much because there's no screen to scroll, right? You just walk off.
Yeah, it's just one screen width, so it's not that long.
So, Ray entering P4 here, as Meg is setting up to do Fairy Claws on the right.
And Fairy Claws is a sure thing. I kind of wish I was around during the days of how many times am I going to miss Super Jump today?
Yeah, I don't remember that because I didn't get into Z2 speedrunning until much more recently, so of course Ray casts jump here because that jump there on the left is you can do it without the jump spell, but it's tighter and it's safe, and if you can cast the jump spell, it makes the jump much safer.
Yeah, it's a lesson that I should probably learn after missing that jump against Simple Dude a couple days ago.
Yeah, Ray taking out the Doom Knocker and getting the jar, so he doesn't need to take the death abuse. And he didn't want to because he took that death earlier. So you always want to save a life when you can here, because those death abuses don't save a ton of time either.
It's like, what is it, 4 seconds in that room? Is it for death abuse?
I think it's something like that. I was thinking it was 6, but it's not a ton of time. That is useful when you get a magic refill out of it, like particularly before the Carrack fight when you need the magic to cast Reflect. But
yeah, Vaughn, in my race against Simple Dude, I missed the Crumble Bridge jump that I never miss. Lost 2 minutes. I felt like a dumb.
that's a huge time loss, yeah. That was a nice jackhammer, Ray getting the boots.
Yeah, Ray pounded that one.
Meg did not talk to the sign there. Just taking the encounter and walking across.
Pretty sure we'll see Ray take the second one, and the third one will depend on the statue result.
Yeah. Meg walking through that other encounter there. And then it's again across that green mile. See how many encounters there are, how much time lost. That was a clean Doom Knocker kill from Ray.
Yeah,
You are correct. There's the death abuse from Ray. So that refills your magic and saves a couple of seconds, but you can see on that screen there he's still got 4 lives left.
hello, everyone in chat.
Meg took another encounter there, but Meg is now in the main, so she will soon be in P4.
Yeah, Reidood's about to get into the last Minecraft room and then eventually to Carrack.
Yeah, these Minecraft rooms have always given me a lot of trouble because it's mostly about speed. If you can precision get in there and get out, then you're fine. Like, that was really clean. But if you don't do it quickly, those dog heads just pile up. Just
Yeah,
make
you
your
get-
life awful.
You can get boxed in by dog heads pretty quick down there. It's good to get out as quick as you can.
Yeah. So right now done with the right side of P4. So going up the elevator, cross back over to the left side, and
But there are some comforting things about the Minecraft rooms that are within your control, like which direction the dog heads are spawning from is just which direction you're facing.
that's right. You can manipulate a lot of the enemies in this game if you know that they look at things like that, what way you're facing or which way you're holding the controller.
Yeah, I mean you can do some things in there to basically make the room not as rough, but once you get trapped down like in the pit with the dog heads all around you, you're in trouble.
Well, yeah, this is the Alan Heffley, right? He got stuck down there and had to take the long way out in his race against Kelsey.
But that's just brutal. They can really pile up time loss too.
And now you start to see the benefits of having that high attack. Those Doom Knockers are only 2 hits at attack 7, so they're pretty powerful enemies, but if you can take them out quick, not a problem.
Yeah,
And they are... Sorry, go on.
No, a lot of them you don't even have to stop to kill them after attack 7.
Yeah, because it's just 2 hits, so you can do that while you're holding down. You do the 1 down stab in 1 swing, and just real quick.
Yeah, sort of drive right over them.
Yeah, because they do hit hard. If they hit you, they do a lot of damage.
And their frying pans, as I call them, will come back at the worst possible time.
So Raid taking another death abuse there, so now he's got the full magic. That's the last one.
He's still at 3 lives, so that's pretty comfortable for Ray.
Oh yeah.
Meg's coming out of the first death abuse room, heading towards the boots.
Yeah, so now Ray's just got a couple more rooms before Karok, which... Karok is awful, because it's a ton of RNG. But if you have sufficient life when you enter the room, you're very unlikely to take a death on Karok.
That's one of the major differences between the FDS version and ours, is that you can't really hide in the corner on the FDS version. You gotta hide in the other corner for some reason. It's weird.
Oh, it's interesting. I'd say I'm not familiar with the FDS version of this game, really.
The FDS version of Karok looks kind of hilarious. Nice double for Ray.
So Ray did not cast shield there. See, I kind of always cast shield if I can, but
he had full life, and taking a hit really doesn't... He's thinking about his refill in this case, because every bar that has to refill at the gem takes 1 second.
Yeah, so that's a clean Karok fight, so let's see what his gem time is. That's a 51-12 for Ray at the gem.
Very nice.
Ray leaves P4.
On the FDS version, Karok kind of lives in the right corner, and he can actually appear, like, deeply in it. It's not a safe place to be. But he won't really appear on the left side of the screen.
So that's Ray going right into P5. That's an interesting part of the game, and then in this route you just go directly from that one palace right into another. There's nothing in between. And there's attack 8.
Yeah, we're probably going to see an Eco Key attempt at a Reidood here.
Eco Key is a tough trick. You got to scroll the screen the right amount and wait and jump. But yeah, he's going for it.
He got it. Oh, nice job, Ray.
That's nice. That's a hard trick. I've done it before, but I don't go for it unless I'm just kind of screwing around because I miss it a lot.
Reidood's probably fist pumping right now, but we can't see him.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of sad we don't have that cam. And now Meg is done with the right side of P4, so she's moving on to the left side of P4. I really like this part in P5 that Ray's at, because it's satisfying to just walk off those blocks and just one-shot the red IKs, because this is the first part you have attack 8. There's the red IKs that were so annoying when I played this game earlier.
Yeah, now they're just nothing.
They just one-shot. That's just satisfying. So you got the block room here. This is a lot of RNG, because you need to get that key. You need the blocks to fall in the right place so that you can jump up and get the key. So that was not too bad.
It's a pretty solid block room for Ray.
This Meg's going into the last Minecraft room here in P4. It was a clean Minecraft room.
Now, Meg is gonna have one last death abuse room and then Karok. See how her Karok is as opposed to Reidood's. Reidood's was average, I would say.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment. Meg's going into the last death abuse room here, but I don't know if she's going to take the death abuse or not. I guess it depends on whether or not there's a jar here. But But Ray's in P5 here, and this is one of my least favorite palaces because it's got those Magos. The Magos are just annoying because
Oh yeah,
they teleport around randomly, and they hit pretty hard too.
that they do. Life 4 hits max, I think it is.
Yeah, the only good thing about the Magos is you can two-shot them and attack 8, and they are 200 XP, so when you need some XP, you can often kill one on the go while you're moving there.
Yeah. The bad part about Magos is sometimes they like to build walls in front of elevators.
Yeah, I find Magos annoying in rooms like this where there's something else. Like, the Magos by themselves aren't bad, but Magos plus Dogheads can certainly be a whole nother level of annoying.
Magos and Bubbles. I mean, Bubbles
Oh,
aren't
yeah.
too bad, but that they can really tangle you up with them.
Yeah. Ray picking up the flute there as a fairy after a nice jackhammer. Sometimes I mess up the jackhammer on that blue IK because he's like right on the left side.
Meg got stabbed in the foot. Takes a death before Karok, but that might have been intentional. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't see her magic bar before.
Yeah, I didn't notice how. Oh, so she only. Okay, so she has one extra guy after this. So.
Yeah, she's down to current +1.
Yeah, that's right. Current +1.
And Reidood is current life +2.
And
Oh,
Meg
Karok
casting
is-
shield there for safety.
Karok is not behaving, but thankfully brings it back together. That was about the same as Reidood's actually, after that last triple hit there at the end.
Reidood missing swag key there, which I think means that his run isn't valid.
Wasn't his lead like 3 minutes? Because he just lost that lead.
Yeah, most of it. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Is that 5601?
According to Meg's now very green splits, I can't really see.
I think it was about 5601, so that's Ray's lead is what, 4 minutes and 50 seconds now, about that.
Alright. We'll see what Meg does. Just gonna cast Fairy, no eco key attempt. That's actually pretty smart. I mean,
And Meg just using fairy, not going for eco key.
yeah,
I think eco key only saves about, what, 10, 11 seconds? Is it that?
I think it's about 12. Pretty sure it's 12. As long as you know.
If you're talking, I can't hear you, Schmidtty.
I hate this thing.
Yeah, I think eco only saves like 10 seconds over fairy.
I'm
Like
pretty
that.
sure it's like 12, unless you have trouble getting the key on the way back, and then it's more.
Okay, so it's like 12 seconds. Yeah,
Yeah, that's just the walk time back and forth.
yeah, sure. So Ray coming up on this blue IK. Has a nice little fight there. It's kind of annoying there because you can't really jackhammer him there. And if you do it the wrong way, you start breaking the blocks and messing it up. So you have to do that jumping, crouching stab. So we have this bubble Maga room. It's annoying. Ray breaking the right block there. That's a nice little trick. It's easy to do if you're walking through that room. If you break that right block, that bubble, instead of bouncing back on you, just keeps going right over your head.
Yep.
So Meg's on the blocks, and Ray is coming up on Guma, who...
Oh, Meg's digging.
Yeah, that's okay. That's not a tremendous time loss, but Guma's tough. I've seen good players take deaths on Guma. He hits like a truck.
Ray, dude. Oh, buddy.
That was a crazy fight.
Where did that come from, Ray? He just pounded Guma's guts in one of the better Guma Guts jackhammers of the tournament. Sort of out of nowhere. I've never seen him do that before, so I'm pretty hyped for Reidood there.
That was good. That was a 58-37 gem time for Ray. But yeah, that was an incredible kill. Because as I was saying, I mean, Guma's hard. He hits hard, and it can be hard to get right inside his hitbox and jackhammer there, but that was a really good one.
Yeah, he got up in there, and
So it's important to not take attack 9 here.
He got up in there, and he really just smashed Guma. That was really incredible.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping somebody highlights that or clips that. So Ray burned a towel there because he's going for the river dance.
It's that too.
Oh, and he got the river dance.
Reidood is everything is coming up Millhouse for Reidood. He's getting it all.
And he did not take attack 9, so now we got Meg coming up on this room with the dog heads and the Magos, which I hate any enemy that teleports, but the Ray ferrying the fence encounters there because that's sort of the safe way, and you have the magic, so it makes it easy to do. Because the fairy doesn't have knockback. That's the important thing, right? So those rocks do a little damage, but they don't slow you down.
Yeah, they don't kick you up with the damage bop, and they also the fairy has zero to full acceleration, if you know what I mean. You don't have the wind up of like starting your wall.
Oh yeah, and Meg grabbing that statue jar there that you don't see people do very often in race in speedruns, but it's there. In a race, it's not too far out of the way to get that much needed magic refill.
If you got just enough for a jump cast, that's a good place to use it. The plunger jar is not a bad choice.
I've done that many times. Ray coming up on the Tektite room here. So this is another enemy that I think is really annoying when you're at a lower attack level, but at attack 8 with fire, you just one-shot these guys. So.
Yep. And it looks like Reidood is still well within PB territory. Like actual PB territory, he is right there.
That's great. Hammertown.
Yeah, he's 15 seconds. He's red 15 seconds, so he's basically right there.
Oh, sure, yeah. Because I think, like a lot of runners, he has a lot of time saved later in the game where the difficulty's higher, right?
Yep.
So, Crack, so Meg has current +1, I believe, and Ray has current +2.
That's right. This life 1 more for Meg, and this life 2 more for Ray.
Yeah, so
Because
Ray got the magic.
in this game is super confusing.
Yeah, that's right. It displays something different on the screen after you died than it does on the start menu, right? But yeah, it's 2 more. Yeah, but yeah, what Schmidtty said. So Ray got the spell there, which is the important word to remember. Spell.
Oh, it gives us the right knee downward stabs pose, and we'll give him an 8.
Yeah, so you go down here and get the magic key, which will open any door. And since this is all keys, all items, 100%, you gotta get that.
And Meg is actually doing pretty well.
So we now have Meg going down to that Mago bubble room. Killing a Mago on the go. That is fun. You know, as much as I find Magos annoying, it is fun when you get that quick jackhammer right in there.
Yeah, they're just gone. No more Mago problem.
And Ray getting magic container here. So that is the last magic container in the game. So Ray is now full magic.
I don't know. Reidood just PB'd like yesterday. I haven't had a chance to really look at it. But judging from his splits that I've seen, he has a kind of a substantial amount of time he can make up from here. So he might PB on this run.
Sure. So Ray's coming back through the Tektite room here. He's got the walk to the heart container, but Meg's coming up on Guma, so that's going to be... It always makes me nervous, the Guma fight. So casting shield and queuing up life. casting life there.
Meg handles
But
it
yeah.
nicely.
Yeah, takes care of him. And Ray almost got hard skip there, but he got it. Oh, I don't know if he's... No, he took the encounter before P6. That's a time loss.
Yeah, he can't be happy about that one.
Yeah, that's one that's a little hard to avoid sometimes, getting from the heart into P6. But oh, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't make note of Meg's time with the gem. Sorry, everyone.
Meg's time at the gem appears to be 1 hour, 4 minutes, 2 seconds, 104.
But now Ray's in P6. Casting jump there again because that makes those long jumps a lot easier to get across.
Yeah, there's a punishment for missing those jumps.
Oh sure, and Meg getting River Dance there, so that's good. And then getting the requisite levels from that 9,000 XP.
So both runners getting double bags in P1, both runners getting River Dance. The one runner that did go for Eco Key got that too.
Oh yeah, these runners are having good runs here.
Yeah, this has been fun to watch.
And Reidood making that jump without the jump spell, but now hopefully he doesn't go in the Canadian hole.
Oh, if Reidood went in the Canadian hole, I would never let him live it down. Not on this kind of a pace. Dude, come on, buddy.
Yeah, you don't want to drop down to that hole. It's I think on the way going right, it's what is it? It's a minute time loss or something.
Yeah, at least that, if not worse.
The Canadian Schmidtty hole.
I've only fallen in the Canadian hole once, Team Man. Come on. Come on. You can call the Palace 4 jump the Schmidtty sucks at it jump if you want, but I don't fall in the Canadian hole. Now I'm gonna fall in the Canadian hole, thanks.
And so Ray has the cross now, and Meg is making her way to Hidden Town through the Tektite Cave. And Ray makes it back without falling in the Canadian hole. Misses that jump, but that's not a huge time loss. You just cast jump, keep going.
Yeah, no big deal there. Lose like maybe 4 seconds, no big deal.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I do double KO with Barba way more often than anyone really should. I don't really know why that is.
Yeah, I haven't seen that too many times, but...
Yeah, Reidood's killing the boss kills on this run. Except for Horsehead. Horsehead killed him.
Well, to be fair, Horsehead is challenging.
Yeah, he really is. He has a very narrow hitbox.
His hitbox is way higher than the sprite has you believe it is. It's really his ears. It's not his head.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you really see that if you see anybody do New Game Plus, because when you jackhammer on top of Horsehead, you are way above his head.
Oh yeah. And like in the randomizer, we use the jump spell a lot to get on top of Horsehead for that reason, riding a horse. And it's you actually got to use a lot of the jump spell to get that high.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's kind of amazing sometimes when I try to like double hit Horsehead, and I actually stab over his head. Like I don't think that's possible, but it happens.
Right. And so we're making it through the obligatory fairy room here, unless you're doing right plus left in a task.
Yeah, that made it across.
And Meg's got the key now, making her way back out of Hidden Town.
I've been looking at Meg's splits. Meg is very, very green. Like 30 seconds green. So we might see a PB out of Meg too.
That's right, because Ray's PB for all keys is several minutes faster, I think, than Meg's. Because I think Meg usually does, RBO and some other of the glitched categories, right?
Yeah. Reidood is for the last year has been a very focused all keys runner.
And so here's a part where the game tries to troll you. The first time you play this game, if you didn't know about it, you missed that fairy cast.
Yeah, right.
You just fall right past it, then you realize, oh, I was supposed to cast Fairy.
Well, I gotta
You
go
just have to-
all the way back up there now.
Yeah, so Ray's going for the safe one cycle here. And he gets it.
Very well executed.
So that's a nice fight. Meg's making her way back through the Tektite room. So that's a, what, a 109.26 or something?
109.23 was when he lost control. He splits when he loses control. So I'd say, yeah, that's pretty fair.
109.23, okay. I'm trying to make a note of that. Let's see if I remember to make note of that when Meg's there. But so now Ray is all set up to get Magic 8 in GP and ferrying that bridge. Ferrying that bridge is free because you get the magic level up across, so you refill your magic. No, Tiamat, there's no jackhammer on Barba. That doesn't save a ton of time over the safe one cycle, and it's a risky strat, so I think only the runners at the very top jackhammer Barba.
I've been trying to like coax Ray into jackhammering Barba little by little. He's been practicing it, but I don't think it's run ready.
And so Ray has the most powerful spell now, Thunder, which in the speedrun you only use on Thunderbird, and I really wish that it cost a little less magic so that, you know, you actually had some opportunity to use it for something else.
Meg uses the GTM damage boost to get across the blue iron knuckle in P6.
I didn't know that was the GTM damage boost.
I'm pretty sure
GTM trademark that?
I'm pretty sure that's what I've heard people call it in the past, so that's what I've been calling it. I could be wrong.
I've seen Elhod do that before too. Yeah.
I've also heard the phrase "standing stabs for G" yelled out numerous times over the last year, so I don't know, that might be a thing too.
So Ray's trying to set up here to get an encounter skip in the graveyard. And it looks like he missed it, huh? I thought he got it there, but I guess I was wrong.
He got that one though.
As Meg's fighting another Rebo. So Ray wisely grabbing the safety jar there.
Nice kill on that Rebo from Meg.
Oh yeah, that was perfect. Rebo, the first time you encounter at attack 6 takes quite a few more hits, but at attack 8 I think it's what, 2 to dismount and then 2 after that?
Yeah, and if you do it right, you can pretty much just instantly like whack him down. I've seen Reidood do it a couple of times where he hits him all 4 times in one motion. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it's real cool when you get that quick kill. So Ray's trying to do all the VOD skips here because those encounters in the VOD are really, really awful. Like, you wouldn't want to play through them. I remember when I was playing through this game before I knew about encounter skips, I was like having such a hard time with those. But once you learn how to do encounter skips, and you either learn beam strats or use the spell, VOD just becomes so much less dangerous.
It can still go terribly wrong pretty fast, but it's not nearly as bad.
Sure. And Max didn't cooperate there, so Ray cast spell on him. I think that's one of the most powerful enemies that spell still works on, right?
Yeah, I was shocked when I found out spell worked on Max.
Yeah, because it doesn't work on the bigger enemies. It's usually just the mid-sized ones. But
I think Max or Blue Iron Knuckles, because you can spell Blue Iron Knuckles too. I think those are the 2 strongest, in my opinion.
yeah, I think that's because I think I've done that in New Game Plus when I was screwing around. So now Ray entering GP.
I will actually if I have enough magic, I will spell the Blue Iron Knuckle and the 2 bubbles to get the extra life in P6. If I have enough magic to do it and I need to.
Oh, that's really cool. I never even thought of that strat. I am going to do that the next time I'm running this game.
I'm not the one who thought that up. I saw someone else do it a long time ago. I'm not exactly sure who to give credit for, but it works. It gets all 3 of them in their spots, kind of like a tile in the floor. It's funny.
Oh, that's cool. So now Meg ferrying over the lava. as Ray's walking through GP. And GP is another one of those things that Nintendo Power was great for, because GP is a big palace, and once you know the route, it's easy. But if you didn't know the route and you didn't have a guide, pretty easy to get lost in here.
Yeah, and you become thankful really quickly that you start at this palace when you game over.
Oh, sure, yeah, it's the only palace where that's true. Yeah.
Because then you don't have to come all the way back through VOD to just die in this place again. Like, I remember that.
That was a pretty quick rebo kill from Meg there.
Yeah, Meg has had some solid kills on bosses too. Has a gold cross split shining at me. 32 seconds ahead of splits. I mean, we've got a couple of potential PBs here. Reidood might be a little bit after VOD, might be a little bit too far out to PB from here. He's gonna be close.
That's gonna be a good time, right?
Oh yeah.
So, okay, so Meg's coming up on Barba, and not a lot of life or magic here, so...
Whoa.
Taking a death. So now Meg is on her last. Ray getting the jar there. He's getting to the jars. He got the blue jar. That was lucky.
And you got both jars at the same time.
Yeah, so now he's got to deal with those blue bird knights.
Scott Beakilo. Oh man, get out of there, buddy.
Yeah. This guy's... They're really, really annoying.
Meg, I think Meg got gypped on that last attack on Barba, though. I thought that made contact, at least it looked that way.
Now Meg playing it safe because she's on her last life, which is wise, because...
Yeah, you don't want to like, double KO Barba like I do in game over. I totally get that.
And the danger from Barba is just the lava, so that's a 1:16:07 for Meg. So yeah, so Ray's got some almost 7-minute lead at this point.
Yeah, Ray's really been crushing it this run.
Oh yeah. And so there's another one of those blue bird knights that can be a real hassle. And this is another place where a lot of those places in the GP, if you're just fast, they're not annoying. They will follow you up there, but if you just go through, break the blocks, keep going, just go right by them. So Ray not going for the fairy or the one-up. But I think Ray still has an extra guy, right?
I believe so. I think
Or a couple of them?
I think Ray might actually still have 2.
I think that's right, yeah. So I think he's safe here.
Yeah, he has 2. I just saw his menu.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Up stab on the king bot.
He's gonna spell the king bot. That's gonna get him most of the way there, and then he'll get him off the bridge. That's nice.
Yeah, that's a little known strat, spelling those bots. There's the magic 8.
It's really nice if you have full health and you can just beam all 7 of them with 1. Reidood gets the jar. Like, wow. Okay. Full health, full magic. He's ready to roll, huh?
Full health, full magic, 2 extra lives. Yeah, this is gonna be good. So this is gonna be a good time for Ray.
Yeah,
not a PB, but it's gonna be a real solid time.
Yeah, he's got a solid 78 set up here.
Yeah, but it'll be sub-rep for sure.
Oh, did you hear that tink? Nice.
I did not, but yeah, that's... I have the sound turned way down, I'm just watching.
Meg gets the encounter skip going into VOD, so Meg is about to get the GP.
And Ray coming up on Dark Link, so... and he's got a ton of life, so he's not going to take a death here. So this is going to be a 78 for Ray for sure.
Yeah, it should most certainly be.
Meg using the spell strats, which really just makes those encounter skips easy mode. Because those, without spell, those modes can be dangerous if you're not good enough to do the beam, but you just cast spell, you drop in a lava, you just keep walking.
Alright, get your GGs out, folks.
Is that a 78-44?
It's a 78-48 according to SRL.
78-48?
Very nice. 1 hour, 18 minutes. Or, sorry, 1 hour, 18 minutes, 48 seconds. GG to Reidood.
Oh yeah, that's a really solid time.
That improves...
I tell you what,
that is Reidood's
both runners have been having
first...
great runs. They both had some good luck early on. They got attack 4. I think both runners actually not only attack 4, but they got both 200 bags, right?
Yeah, both runners got both. Both runners got both bags. Reidood actually, I believe that is his first race sub 80. That is a race PB also for Reidood at 78.48. So that's awesome. GG to Reidood.
Yeah, that's great. So now Meg making it through these rooms with these moas and the coconuts, which it's annoying. And the coconuts hit pretty hard too, but...
Ooh, Meg getting trolled by Max. Oh no. Alright, sounds like we have a Reidood in here.
We have a Reidood.
And Meg just game overed.
Oh, is
And
that
bot.
Ender? Awesome.
Yeah,
Hey, Ray.
it's been me and Ender. How's it going, Ray?
Hey, tell you what, Ray, you had a great race. You were just playing fantastic there, and you had some good luck early on. You got both 200 bags.
Yeah, I got some super good fortune. It was one of those runs that a lot of things just kind of went right, you know, as opposed to how it usually goes. If everything goes wrong, but like this one, thankfully, you know, got a lot of good bounces going my way, so I'm thankful.
You know what the best part of that run was?
Guma?
That Guma kill. Oh, my. Well, I was like, because as you were coming up to him, I said, "Oh man, this Guma's dangerous even for skilled players because he hits so hard." And Ray's like, "Oh," and Schmidtty's like, "Oh, he took care of him." I'm like, "What?" Boom.
I always try to go for that jackhammer. It rarely works, but it worked out there, and I'm happy people got to see that one. That was cool.
So far that's the best Guma Guts jackhammer I've seen in the tournament. That was really, really good.
Oh yeah, that's as fast a Guma kill as I remember seeing. I've seen other kills that were that same speed, but it was great. But it was a really good run. He played really well.
Yeah, thank you so much. I feel like I've underperformed in the first 2 races, but thankfully I feel like on this one I kind of played a little bit more like I normally do. A little bit less nerves, you know, it's the 3rd race, so a little bit warmed up already. So.
Yeah, it was a bummer to take that death to Horsehead, but you recovered quickly from that.
Let's talk about Palace 1.
That was lame. What's up, Cracks? Thanks for the GGs, everybody in chat. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, P1, that was fun. Horsehead, just a little bit of nerves, a couple of missed inputs. I did some jumping crouch stabs, which were not supposed to be jumping crouch stabs, and I pretty much humped Horsehead's face twice, and I died.
Well, you don't see it that often, but the thing is, when you're only 4-1-1 going in there, it doesn't take too many hits to kill you, because you only have that 1 extra heart container. So, I'm certainly taking deaths there, and other runners have too. So.
Yeah, Horsehead can be sneaky. He moves sometimes really erratically and sporadically, but that was just purely I messed up my inputs. I was supposed to do like a jumping, standing stab, and I did a couple of crouch stabs and ripped.
Yeah, but it's other than that, it was a fantastic run. So that's, in a race, stuff always goes wrong. So, well played, sir.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You got double bags. Meg also got double bags, by the way, which is kind of eerie.
Oh yeah, you both got River Dance too.
Yeah, you both got River Dance. You got Eco Key. It was like everyone was hitting everything. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, awesome for Meg. Glad. I'm guessing she didn't get the bag in Magic Cave, so that's awesome that she got the double bags too. That rarely happens.
No, Meg actually got the Magic Cave bag too.
Oh, all the bags. That's nice.
Meg was 100% all P bags until somewhere in Death Mountain, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it's always nice to be 100% all P bags unless you really, really need jars. The game usually gives you the opposite of what you need, but thankfully I think for both of us, the game was nice. The game was merciful.
Yeah, Meg actually reset immediately in Magic Cave.
Oh, she did a redo?
Yeah, you were 28 seconds ahead coming out of Magic Cave because Meg reset, but Meg did get the bag on the 2nd try, so...
Oh, worth it. Got the attack 4. I mean, she got the double bags anyway, but it's that peace of mind of getting attack 4 out of P1 is really big.
But yeah, the attack 4 is a big deal.
Yeah, it makes Death Mountain so much easier. Like Attack 3 of course is doable, but Attack 4 is so not.
So you're moving into the very scary 2-in-1 grouping with me. How do you feel about that?
I'm scared. There's some really strong runners in that group, and I'm kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie. I think I peed a little bit just thinking about like all the people that are in that group.
So who else is in the 2-in-1 group?
Rez,
Yeah.
El Hot.
Rez, El Hot.
There's a couple others. I can't really open it without losing my connection to whatever.
Let me see here. I got a couple. Let's see. Right now, I got Justin Man, El Hot, Highlander, Schmidtty, and Tweak, Trails, Dick Shake, Speeds. Just a gauntlet.
Jeez,
man.
That's a lot of really strong runners. Yeah.
Yeah, 2-in-1 is going to be very interesting, very competitive. It should be a lot of fun. Should be fun for everyone to watch as well.
Meg's back in GP.
Yeah, well, yeah, we had some really good races because now that we're in round 3, I think it's starting to even out with the Swiss. People are getting paired up more closely. So, like Justin and Riak, that was a really close race, right?
Yeah, you're gonna start seeing some closer, like with the nature of Swiss, you're gonna start seeing more competitive races, and that's what makes Swiss fun. Because everything just sort of evens out eventually. That's the beauty of Swiss.
Or Highlander and Light, that was only like a minute different, but...
Yeah, there were some really good. Simple Res was really good too. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Oh yeah, well that's... yeah.
That goes without saying, I know.
Simple and Rez, I mean, it's the 2 strongest PBs in the tournament, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you got the 1 seed and 2 seed pretty much.
Well, it's worth noting that according to SRL, that was your first race sub 80.
It was a sub 79. I can't
And it
believe
was
that.
a sub 79.
Yeah, sub rep, yeah.
And it was
Sub
sub
rep.
Schmidtty, too. You
Is
beat
that
my,
sub your PB?
my
Schmidtty?
PB is 7850, so
Oh, not
GG,
for long.
man.
That's temporary.
GG, man, that was a great run. It really was.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Meg,
Yeah, Meg, unfortunately, just took that death in VOD, so...
Does she have 1 life?
Meg game over and has walked back with a full batch. She had to
She game
actually-
over in GP. Okay.
No, she game
Yeah,
over
so-
in VOD and had to walk.
Came over in VOD, yeah.
Oh, so she did the walk.
Yeah, but I mean, but you were way ahead at the P6 gem. You had almost a 7-minute lead.
Yeah, I was peeking over at the race. I was seeing, how things were going. I saw that, I started playing it a little bit safe in certain spots.
For cracks, the Swiss rounds of this tournament will be 5 weeks. This is week 3. And then after that, we'll do brackets, which will take about another 4 weeks, maybe.
Oh, I thought it was 6 rounds of Swiss. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Yeah, it's 5. So pretty much the top 16 out of everyone that's in the tournament make it to elimination brackets.
Yeah, so that's good. Top 16. That's quite a few players. So, you think you can make the top 16, Ray?
I hope so. That was one of my goals before this tournament. I didn't make it last year, and I was really bummed out about that. So one of my goals was to make the brackets, and I think I'm in a good spot right now. Just gotta keep it going.
Well, I think you've improved a lot since last year, and I think you might be in the top 16 seeds for this. I haven't looked at everybody in the race, but you have a really strong time now. So
thank you. I just got a PB last night, so improved that a little bit.
I missed that. What was your PB?
Well, it was offline. I had a 78.58, and last night I got a 78.56, so kind of a Walmart PB, but PB nonetheless.
Wait, a 78?
Sorry, 77.56.
77.56. Okay, yeah, that's any PB is a good PB. That's a strong time. 77.50.
Sure. Thank you.
So Meg making her way through GP. GP's so I think it's about 5 minutes, right? Depending on the level of skill of the speedrunner, but it's like 5.
For me, like a good GP, a solid GP for me personally is like 5:20, 5:25. for the very best runners, it's more right around 5 flat.
Or sub 5 for the simples and reses of the world.
Yeah, I saw
Just a
Justin
Man.
Man with his 445 GP the other day. That was sick.
That's sick.
Yeah, well, Simple, I think in his world record run, he has a hitless GP.
Yeah, that's sick. I could never even dream of doing that.
Oh yeah, I remember I was watching his stream live when he got that, and he got to the end, he's like, was that hitless? And we're like, oh my god, it was.
The casual bopless GP. I got Meg at T-Bird. I don't know if you guys are... I'm watching the stream, so I don't want to spoil
I'm watching it. Yeah, no, it's...
I'm kind of in the background trying to do the restreamer thing real quick.
And Meg had to do this at Magic 7 because she took that death, so she lost that XP, which means can't cast all the spells. So going for the pendulum strats here.
Yeah, she does a lot of other categories and stuff, so she should have a lot of experience with pendulum. She's really good at it.
That's right, because I think she does the glitched categories more often, right? So she's used to playing at a much lower level.
Yeah, so that's
like RBO. Yeah.
Mhm.
I can't handle the glitch categories because the scroll lock just...
It just throws you off. Yeah, it's really... it's kind of disorienting in a weird way. I've never
That's what I
tried...
was thinking. It's like jarring. I'm like, you're like watching,
Like-
you're like, oh, what's... Yeah.
What the hell's going on? Alright, let's see. Meg, don't have a trolley Dark Link like I do. Like I did. My Dark Link was pretty douchey.
Oh. Yeah, I was actually worried because when you went into that, I was saying, oh, he's got plenty of life, and then you took quite a few hits. I was like, oh, maybe I was wrong.
Yeah, the nerves actually hit me a little bit at Dark Link of all things, and I kind of messed up the whole pattern. GG, Meg.
Make it out to GG's for Meg. Official SRL time of 1 hour 30 minutes 42 seconds. Pretty solid.
1 hour, 30 minutes.
That was a really good GP by Meg.
Yeah, so that's a really good time for Meg because I'm looking on the boards here. Sorry, but yeah, her PB is 126. So without that death, I think she could have PB'd there, right? Without the death and VOD, but that's the way
it
things
looks like-
go.
Yeah, Zelda 2 being Zelda 2, or being Za.
I think you were playing much more conservatively. You picked up that extra life and you skipped some death abuses, so you went into the end there with a couple extra lives.
Yeah, the horse head death was pretty much made it a no-brainer to get that other extra life. And then I usually do skip that first death abuse just for safety, so I'm used to doing that.
Go in a race, you got to play it safe because it's much more important that you finish.
Of course, yeah, you don't want to game over, and, you know, that's no fun. Meg on PB pace. Could have been a 123 or 124. That means PB is free. That means it's going to happen.
Yeah, it'll happen eventually. You were rolling pretty strong there for a while. Without that unfortunate happening in VOD, you were on great pace.
Yeah, VOD is brutal.
VOD is the ruiner of many runs for many of us. I think we can
Yes.
all attest to that.
Oh, there's a streamer I know who doesn't really do retro games, and I talked her into playing Zelda 2, and she over-leveled and ground her way through most of the game just by determination, but when she got the VOD, it was just a wall. She just realized she just spent hours not getting anywhere. I was like, oh yeah, you just have to play. It's hard.
Yeah, VOD is another difficulty spike that doesn't get talked about as much as the Death Mountain one, but it's a pretty big spike. VOD is hard.
Well, and VOD is, the thing about VOD is, I was saying how difficult it is without the encounter skips, but even with the encounter skips, it is still tough because those MOAs and those coconuts, they just knock into the lava.
Oh, yeah, it's happened to all of us. But most people who don't do the encounter skips, those actual encounter stages, the fixed ones in VOD are just awful. I hate them. They're terrible.
Oh yeah, I did them when I was younger because I didn't know about encounter skips, and what I would do is I would actually just ferry and like just fly through everything and take damage and just
That's
like waste
the way
like
to go. Yeah, that's the way. If you have magic, that's the way to go. I didn't know about spell turning things into bots. or I didn't put 2 and 2 together back when I was a kid that I could just do that in the VOD stages, so I just varied.
Yeah, that's what I did. And then when I learned about the encounter skips and spell, I was like, oh, these encounters actually aren't that bad. You just time spell, the mows drop right into lava, and you just walk right off the screen.
And you just go, and if you got the big encounter, you got that one Lizalfos, just skip over him, and you're good. Thank you for all the GGs. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Zan.
Oh yeah, that was a great race. I think we all enjoyed that. And thank you, Schmidtty, for allowing me to comment here.
Sure thing, man.
I know I didn't sign up, but
Yeah, sure thing. I'm just glad to have some help in the booth.
Whatever, man. We'll do it live.
it's good to have someone to talk to while you're doing this, and it's hard to keep track of everything. But I was writing down some of the gem times, and it was good.
Well, when you watch over the video of this stream, you'll probably notice a number of times where I say things that you just don't respond to because you couldn't hear me, and that's my fault. I need to fix that for next time.
Yeah, that's good. You're just talking to nice.
Yeah. I give the commentators all the credit. I couldn't do it. I would be too nervous. I would be too afraid to say something really stupid. So I give you all the credit, all the commentators and the restreamers. They're all awesome.
Oh hell, I live stream. I'm used to saying stupid things live.
Me too.
I enjoyed getting to comment a lot. I'd be happy to do this again.
Thank you.
So any final thoughts here, Reidood?
No, just thank you once again. Thanks to you, Schmidtty, for handling the restream. Thank you, Ender and Schmidtty. I don't know if Schmidtty did comms too, but if you did, both of you, thank you so much for the comms. Thank you everyone for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to everybody that set up the tournament. Thank you for everybody in my chat. I can't look at my chat now, but thank you everybody. Hope everybody had fun and you were all entertained.
Hey, GG's on your race, buddy. Congrats. Welcome to 2-1. One more win here into brackets, and hopefully it'll come next week on an opponent that isn't like Rez or Elhot or Justin Man or something like that.
Somebody I might have a chance against.
Hey, you can always kick me down to 2-2. That would be fun.
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see how the hat treats us.
Indeed.
The magic Justin Man hat.
Indeed.
I love that he actually pulls the names literally out of a hat.
That's the way to go.
Out of a demented little green link hat, yeah.
Yep.
Alright guys, I'm gonna drop off here. I'll catch y'all later.
Alright everybody, thanks for joining me, Ender. Congrats, Reidood. Congrats, MegMacAttack. We'll see you in round 4. Let's see what kind of runs we got coming up here. Tomorrow we have BGT versus King Doll at 3 p.m. Eastern, and we have Fricker and Max Ketchums at 7:45 p.m. Eastern. It's a little confusing. And if nobody picks those up, we'll see if we can't get those on Zelda speedruns. Otherwise, we will figure out something we can do there. And this round is almost complete. Round 4 drawing will probably be either Saturday or Sunday at this rate. Let's see, 11-2. We do have a Saturday race, so probably Saturday night, maybe Sunday. We'll get the drawing. See how that goes. But in the meantime, this is Schmidtty Games signing off. We're gonna kick you over to who? Where should we go? Fricker just PB'd. I'm going to go ahead and raid him. Let's do that. That sounds like fun. He's not playing Z2. He's playing Z3. Or something like that. But we'll go ahead and raid Fricker. I'll be right back.
Good night, everyone.